Can you sing while the world is collapsing? When all around you the world is falling down, can you still sing when the world is collapsing? I don't think it's the only point of a spiritual focus or religion, but it certainly is a major one. To be able to sing while the world is collapsing, because we can't control what goes on here, what other people do or say or don't do or don't say. We don't control our health completely either. Side note, I think we are much more empowered to do that than society lets on, but still, anything can happen. We don't decide the day we leave this plane of existence. We don't decide that for anyone else. We don't, well, maybe some cold-blooded killers do, but we don't choose the circumstances we were born into unless you believe the soul got to choose heaven in heaven before coming down here. But you know what I mean. We don't really choose. We don't have control. And even the most righteous among us historically and often go through the most extreme forms of suffering and so-called misfortune. Take Jesus, for example. But that list is endless. So we can't control our fate by rectifying our behavior either. Hell, in my opinion, without serious communion with God, we can't really rectify our behavior at all. So not only are we not in control of the world, we aren't even really in control of ourselves. For I know nothing by myself, yet am I not hereby justified, but he that judgeth me is the Lord, so says the Bible. So to sing when the world is collapsing is a result of faith and faith alone. To sing even when the world isn't collapsing takes faith when our minds are addicted to catastrophizing the future, as most of us walk through life in clouds of anxiety and fear, negotiating our way through days like beggars for spare change or fragments of peace. To follow the mind or thoughts or ego or the devil, we aim for happiness, which is contingent on external circumstances of which we have little to no control. Happiness itself is fleeting and not very deep. Happiness is cheap compared to joy, which is deep and of the Lord, along with peace of mind, which can never come from the mind, whose very nature and function has very little to do with peace. It's a machine designed to aid and abet the survival of its host, you and me. Its purpose is to be concerned, it's meant to worry, and it also happens to be a playground for the battle of principalities or the spiritual war within us all. So, car going by, to fail to seek the Father or the kingdom of heaven or present moment awareness, or to utilize metacognition to observe our own thoughts as to not identify as them, or however you want to word what is essentially the same thing, be it in a religious frame or a psycho-spiritual one, means that for a lot of the time we're driving ourselves crazy. So a relationship with God is far from being a deluded trick of wishful thinking, but rather a reasonable and pragmatic solution to the problem called life, or being a human on planet Earth. That is, if you want to be able to sing while the world is collapsing, if you want to have that kind of peace.